Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are discussing Hunting Adeline by it's H.D. Carlton, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And that
He's thick.
that physical copy is thick.
No, literally when I saw this, I got scared. I literally was like,
I knew it was real. It was long.
it was a long book.
It felt long, but I feel like because we are getting kind of two different stories.
That's true.
With all like the past and the letters and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is our stalker serial killer romance where our main protagonist, what is his name, Zaid? He kills bad guys. At least he's not like killing innocent people. He kills men who are in these like sex trafficking and women trafficking rings. So trigger warnings for that. There's definitely violence, gun violence, sexual assault, things like that. So definitely trigger warnings for that. And he kind of sees Adeline at a book signing. She's doing a book signing because she's an author. And he just fixates on her and like becomes her stalker. And she falls in love with him slowly but surely. And yeah, so that's basically what the book is about.
And the grandma. Is
Oh,
it her
yeah.
grandma?
Yeah, so Adeline is living in.
Oh my god, hi Charles. I feel like I haven't seen you in 20,000 years.
Hi, Charles. I saw him on Saturday.
What happened on Saturday?
I had my live for Hustle Takeover for my book club, for my channel book club.
It was on Saturday?
Yeah, we do late night.
It was a late night one. Yeah. I got you. I know those happen on Saturday, but I was like, how steamy is this book? Give me the tea.
Honestly, I would give it 4 chili peppers.
That steamy.
I give 4 chili peppers. Like once they finally started having sex, because it was kind of a slow burn. Because hello, he's like the stalker and serial killer, so she needed some. She needed some, I would say, persuasion to start having sex with him. But once they did, I mean, some of the sex scenes, it would feel like they were having sex like nonstop after they started.
Yeah, so but there's a lot of dub / non-con, so I feel like that in itself raises the rating. But I feel like I don't really remember the theme that much in this book, if I'm honest.
I mean, there were a couple of times, even like it's definitely like dubious consent. I wouldn't even say consensual non-consent. I would say straight up dubious consent. But there was like a time where, like their first sexual encounter, when he basically like fingered like, or he like fucked her with a gun. I was like, wow, but she enjoyed it. She orgasmed, but yeah. I'm waiting on the
audio. It has letters. Is it her grandma or her great grandma? Is it her great grandma?
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying before Charles came on. But I was saying Adeline lives in her great grandmother's house where she was murdered. And there are all these letters in her diary where her great grandmother, wrote in them, going over how she also had a stalker and she also fell in love with her stalker. And it was and when she was murdered, it just kind of was kind of known that her stalker did it. So it was kind of like a murder mystery. There were some paranormal aspects in it because I feel like that house was haunted.
It definitely was. But this is obviously it ends on a cliffhanger, so it's a duology.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely like some paranormal and stuff in there too. So
what did you rate it?
I'm gonna rate it like 3.5.
That's where I landed too. 3.5. Because the whole time that I was reading this, the whole time, I know it's different. This one is definitely darker, but I was comparing it to There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark the whole time.
Oh,
the whole time. And so the thing is, my problem is, I don't know. So they're both like stalker serial killers, but I feel like in this book, Zaid, people love Zaid, and I feel like he was too all over the place for me, because the thing is, to me, right, he like feels like he's like on an agenda. He's murdering people for a reason. Like in that sense, I feel like he's like kind of like, good, but then he's just like okay with like doing stuff to this girl who doesn't necessarily want it, isn't asking for it. I didn't like that dichotomy. Like I feel like if he was just like, yeah, I kill people and what about it, and then he did that, I'd be like, okay, well, like it tracked. But the fact he like thought that he was like doing good, and like he literally sex trafficking rings, like where they use and abuse people, but then he's kind of doing the same thing to her. And I was like, I don't like that. If he was just like a serial killer who was like, like, let's go, I'd be like, okay, well, It makes
Yeah.
sense. But the fact that he was like against people literally being used for sexual things against their will, and then using a girl for sexual things against her will, I was
Yes.
like, the math isn't mathing.
Exactly. And there was like this little sentence. It was his point of view, and he said something like to that effect, where he was just like, I'm kind of doing the same thing that I kill people for, like stalking these women and kind of doing sexual things against their will. But then he totally just justified it. He was like, I'm okay with it because it's Adeline, we're in love, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I didn't like that either, because like your whole purpose in life is to stop these criminals from stalking, stealing women, and stop them, and also children, not just women but children as well, and stop from doing horrible things to them, sexual things. And here you are doing these horrible sexual things to Adeline, who is legitimately afraid of you, trying to run, even though her body is responding to you. You're still raping her, like
Literally. So like that's like the reason I think that I didn't rate this as high. And also
same.
because it's so long, and I feel like it didn't need to be that long. Like
It didn't.
it didn't.
It didn't at all.
And what was my other point?
Thanks,
Oh,
gamer.
hi. I never know Cool Gamer's name. They
I
be
don't
in
know.
every live show that I be in.
I know.
Cool
I don't
Gamer.
either.
Please give us a nickname, a
A
middle name.
nickname. If you want us just to keep us if you want us to just keep calling you Cool Gamer, we can totally do that. But I believe I've asked you your name before and you didn't say anything, which is totally fine. It's your prerogative. It's your name. You don't have to.
That sounds like a middle name, like an initial.
Just
Because it feels weird being like, "Hey, Cool Gamer."
yeah.
But
If I don't know, I'm just saying your tag or whatever your channel name.
So another thing too is that this is very like, I don't know. I feel like I don't normally have a problem. I don't know. It's very insta love on his part. Like he sees her, he's like mine.
Yes.
And normally I don't necessarily always have a problem with that in this kind of circumstance, like a stalker serial killer circumstance. But I feel like there was no like tension on his end. There was no angst on his end. There was nothing. He was just like mine. Even in some other books that I've read that are like, I feel like I've read one that's like a bully romance, but like he low key like sexually assaults her too. He like, but he like bullied her. Like he didn't like her, but he was drawn to her. And in There Are No Saints, he doesn't originally like her. He's like, okay, well, this girl looks a little funky. He like, but over the course of his stalking, that's when he starts to get entranced. There are things that propel him to be interested in her. I feel like in this there was nothing. And maybe that's how stalkers actually are. I mean, you like Joe Goldberg and you, he sees that girl, he's like, yeah. But like I feel like something about it, like still, it just didn't feel natural, if that makes sense. I feel like with Joe Goldberg, it feels natural. With her, it didn't. Thank you.
Hi, Nina.
I don't know what it was, but think about it. I was just like, like
yeah,
why?
he was definitely all in from go. Like it wasn't just a lust for him. Like as soon as he saw her, he was in love with her.
No, literally. And I feel like even with stalkers, they stalk to like become interested. Like they're intrigued. And then over time they start to be like, And there was none of that. He was just like, yeah, I love you. Like, let's get married. Like delusional.
I know.
And if he was gonna be delusional, he might as well go full on delusional. That's what I have to say. But I have heard that people who rate this book like 3.5 stars think that it's just like they thought it was good, but they didn't really love it or nothing. It was just like okay. Love the second book. Like they eat it up.
Really? Like, I do want to read the second book. I am interested to read the second book. Creepy but intriguing. Yeah, for sure. It is. I mean, I liked that he wasn't just a serial killer just killing innocent people, because I don't think I can get behind that. Like if I'm reading serial killer romances, they need to be killing like bad people. Then I can be like, yeah, absolutely, you're one of the good guys. Like I don't think I just, that's just my preference. But the whole like stalker, like his whole reason for stalking her was just very weird. And I was like, why are you doing this when your whole mission in life is this? And
yeah, if
honestly, I really enjoyed like the letters from Gigi, and I really liked that whole part of it. Like I was way more intrigued with finding out and reading those letters from Gigi and finding out what happened to her, because I knew it wasn't her stalker the entire time. I knew it wasn't. I was like, there's no way.
Yeah, the only thing that sucked is I was listening to the ebook, like I had Siri read it out to me, and it
Dang.
would skip the letters. It would just be like picture inserted. I was like, wait a second. So I had to pause it every
What?
time, and I had to go back, and I had to read it myself with my eyes. I don't want to read with my eyes. Let me
Like,
listen.
like,
Read it.
why do you think I'm having Siri read it to me? But yeah, because it wasn't the text on the page; it was just a picture of the text. So it's like Siri
Okay.
didn't know that it was actually things that had to be read. And so yeah, I did that too. I think I read probably a quarter to probably a third of the book before I was like, oh, I'm missing whole letters.
Yes, literally, this is so pretty though. Like at the beginning of the chapter,
Oh,
it has the house, and then the letters in the book, they're black and white, and they have like roses because
yep.
in the beginning he leaves her roses.
Yes,
I'm trying to find one of the letters.
Let's find one of the letters. Oh, yep, yeah.
And it has a little kiss at the bottom too.
Yeah, because she used to kiss her.
And look at like this is all like roses. There's like a playlist and
wow. I kind of want this copy of this book. Honestly.
I know, it's very pretty.
Very pretty. The second book is way more intense and dark.
Okay. Did you read Satan's Affair?
I did not know.
So like I don't know if this is like spoilers, but there's like a part in this book, where he is working with this girl who what is it called? Like the carnival thing?
Oh yeah, she was like a she looked like a doll. She was like working at
the fair is about that from her perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know how he said that she was kind of delusional because she was like, I have my henchmen. And then he was like, there's literally none. Like
no henchmen.
Yeah, it's literally like that. Like that one I would say is very much like, have you read the Mindfuck series?
I don't think so. I haven't read nothing.
Lord.
I haven't read anything.
So in that book, she's a serial killer, but like for revenge. And so even though in this she's not taking revenge against people who directly hurt her, it's like revenge in that way, where like that she's killing people because they're doing something that was done to her, but to other people. So she's doing that. So it's kind of like that, but like Harley Quinn with a haunted house.
Yeah.
And it's her reverse harem.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's honestly
Mindfuck?
No. That's Satan's Affair.
Oh, okay, got it.
But Satan's Affair is like it kind of reminds me of the Mindfuck series because they're both killing men in revenge for what was done to them. But in the Mindfuck series, she's killing people who directly hurt her.
Oh,
okay. Like they directly did the thing. In this one, she's just killing them because they doing something similar, and she thinks that they're bad. But it's like she's literally like Harley Quinn, like delusional, like psych ward, like needs help, like probably should never be released back into society, like.
Okay.
But you know what? Honestly, I rated Satan's Affair in this book the same, but I feel like if you're looking for like a little like Halloween smutty novella, Satan's Affair low-key stands on its own, and I feel like it's kind of good.
Oh, cool.
If you like dark stuff. But this one, I don't know. It's at 3.5 now, but I might bump it down to 3. I don't know. I liked it, but I just had issues.
Yeah. She definitely enjoys what she does.
I haven't finished it yet. I've only read the first 2 books. But I own the Bible.
Hi,
They're only hi. Each one is only like 100 pages.
Oh, okay, not bad. So get through it really quick.
Yeah, like some of them, I think the second one's only like 80 pages, but then like I think the last one or the fourth one is like 120 or 30. So they average out to about 100 each. Okay. But they're super quick. Except I did read the second one, and it literally, I wanted more of the main central plot, and it kind of went off. But the book is literally called Sidetracked, so I feel like it told me that it was going to go sidetracked.
It told you. Don't say it didn't warn you, because it did.
It definitely did. And I feel like I don't remember that much about this book because it was so long. I was just like, it was one giant blur.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, the second half is really where it started to pick up, because even like the first half, it was literally him just stalking her, and like her kind of like calling the police on him, and the police like not really believing her. The police, every time she called the police, did not make a report. Well, seriously, until that one guy lost his hands.
I mean, they're the police.
That's true. So I'm like, it's okay. You had a life. How did your life go? How'd you do?
Yeah, I've heard this, that 3 through 5 are the best, but I like 1 in the Mindfuck series. I liked 1, but I've heard 3 and 5 are the best. It's like I don't know. The best way to describe it is really like it gives very heavy Criminal Mind vibes. Have you
Oh,
heard the Mindfuck series described? I feel like you don't know about this series.
I've heard about it. I haven't read it, so I really don't know
So
anything about
it's like this man who's like an FBI agent.
it. Mm-hmm.
He is like the one. He's literally part of like the BAU. Like he tracks down serial killers,
Mm-hmm.
and he comes across this woman, and he starts to date this woman. And we know that she's a serial killer, and she's killing men that wronged her. And we get flashbacks of what was done to her throughout. We don't know what it is even by the end of the second book. Like it's throughout the whole series because they're so short. But he is actually like on her case, so he doesn't know that she's a serial killer, but we know that she's a serial killer, and she knows that he's an FBI agent. So
He's the one not in the know.
So yeah, so they're kind of dancing around each other, and he literally has no idea.
Oh, okay.
And it's really
It's
good.
descriptive on the incident.
Yes, on the incident. I know this.
It went better than expected. Good. I have the bind up. I loved it. Okay, yeah, I gotta read it. I'll read it. I'll give it a shot.
One thing I do wish for this book is I wish that we had more authory stuff. Because I feel like we didn't.
Yeah.
Because like even like Verity, right? Like I feel like there was like heavy author stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was like, why make her an author if she's just gonna do one signing event and then literally like that's how he could literally saw her in the grocery store. Like
I think honestly, and I think it felt like because honestly, all of her authory stuff happened in the first probably like third of the book. I feel like the author kind of forgot that her character was an author because it was literally like nothing was mentioned after the signing. Nothing about her writing at all. Wrong one. You won't know her story until book 3. It's very descriptive. I put it down for a few days. Oh, okay.
Series. Yeah.
Yep. Completely forgot she was an author.
I'm not gonna lie. I read Survivor by Jeff Gonzalez, which is an extreme horror in June, and nothing ever will faze me ever again. Because that book, I swore to my mom, like, because everybody was like, oh, like, this book's extreme, like, this book's little. They say it's like Pretty Girls, but on 10, like.
On 10?
Yeah. And so I was like, I'll be fine. Don't worry about that. I got it. And someone already warned me about, like, what happens, like, this, like, Nicole, I would not recommend for you to read that book. Like, don't even touch it. Like, for most people, I would not say to ever touch it. Like, there's just something in it that's like the worst thing a human could ever do throughout life ever is this book. And so I was like, when I got to like the thing that they warned me about, they didn't tell me what happened, but like, you kind of know.
Yeah.
I was literally sick to my stomach. I was like, Mom, I'm sick. I was like, normally graphic, disturbing things. Like, I'm still having a good time. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm eating it up. I was like, Mom, I'm not having fun anymore. Like, I'm not. At the 40% mark, I was like, Mom, I'm not having fun anymore. But I'm finishing this book because I need to survive Survivor. And my friend, I told her, I was like, girl, like, I'm sick. And she read it. And she was like, this is like the worst part. Like, 40% is the worst part. So I was like, okay. And I made it to the end. And at the 40% mark, I was like, I'm not even going to rate this book because I felt like in my soul, I was like, I'm not enjoying myself and I rate based off enjoyment, but I can't fault this book because it's doing what it was aiming to do.
Yeah.
Like, it was aiming to extremely horrify me and it's doing that. But I ended up rating it 4 stars because it was good. But even when I think about that book, like just the thought of it, I'm like, my stomach is turning.
Yeah.
Feeling. I had to finish it in one day. Like I stayed up, even though I had work at 9 a.m. the next day. I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning to finish that book because I was like, I can't take this book into another day. I cannot. I need to isolate this experience to a singular day, and that's it. So
now
yeah, and I didn't eat until I finished the book.
Yeah.
And at the end, I did shed some tears, though. I'm not even gonna lie, it did get me in the end. But if you think that you can handle that book, really question if you're actually built different. Really question, because I thought I was built different, and I barely made it out alive. Okay, I barely made it out that book.
You like just questioned everything.
I really was questioning, like, because I don't know. So my friends Haley and McKay are the ones that read it, and I was like, y'all are something special. Y'all are something that I will never amount to. I thought I was up with y'all, but I'm not. You're in your own league. Only because I'm not there.
I'm not there yet. Not quite yet.
And the thing is, it wasn't even graphic, but it just put it into my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm never the same. Never.
Maybe I'll read it in October.
No, Nicole.
No?
No.
And she starts to help the forensic person about her own case. Like, what? Yeah, okay.
I will tell you the thing that they told me earlier, and you're going to be like, no, I don't want to read it. I promise you, I'll tell you after.
After the live? Okay, tell me.
You're not going to want to read it. Anyways, back to this. But again,
back to Haunting Adeline.
If you read this, don't read nothing else is Survivor. Okay, don't touch that book. I promise y'all.
Don't do it
unless you read Extreme Four. Don't touch it.
Anyways, okay, alrighty. I would have liked, even though I felt like this book was still overly long, I would have liked a little bit more on like the haunting, the paranormal aspect. I would have liked a little bit more of that.
That's coming on the second book. That's what I figured.
Well, that's what okay. I mean, if it is, I mean, it's kind of like a little teaser, and then you get more in the second book. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like with the way that this one left off, it totally just sets you up to learn more about what happened.
Yeah.
To Gigi.
I don't know. I feel like for this book being so long, there are still things that weren't developed how I wanted them to be developed.
Exactly. I was like, how's this book so long and I still have questions? Like, I don't understand.
It wasn't even the problem that he like insta love was attracted to her. I feel like if you just developed it in the right way, I would have been on board. But I feel like it wasn't developed. Like I still didn't understand a reason why he was like so intrigued by her. He was just like, yeah.
Other than the fact that she was just so pretty, like.
Not adds it to your TBR. Didn't I say not to touch it? I mean, if you want to go ahead. I'm not gonna fight you, okay? But I'm warning you that I don't recommend it.
Bree, do you want me to tell you on Instagram when we're done with the live, like what she's gonna tell me?
Yeah, because if I didn't know that going in, I don't think I would have made it through the book. And it's not really a spoiler I guess, but it's like trigger warning. It's like you need to know, I think, or else
right. Otherwise,
you're gonna be actually traumatized.
Mm-hmm. I get it. What else? What else about this?
I don't know. I forgot this book.
I wasn't surprised about who really killed Gigi at the end. I wasn't surprised. We're 23 minutes in. We can talk about kind of the murder and who actually killed Gigi. It wasn't her stalker. Bree's saying yes, please. I like gruesome stuff. Okay, will do. I will let you know. But yeah, it wasn't her stalker, and it wasn't even her husband. It was this other guy that was completely in love with her, and he was just so mad that it was that one letter that was just like, I loved you, and I watched you marry someone else, and now I'm watching you fall in love with someone else. That's not me. And like he was just getting like really threatening. And it was his name Frank? It ended up being I forgot what he did, but he worked with her husband.
Yeah.
And as soon as when we were reading the letters or the diary entries from Gigi and about how Frank was like really almost more upset at Gigi than the husband was when they found out that she was cheating with the stalker. Mm-hmm. And so it was like he was more upset than her husband was, and I was just like, something's going on.
All right, something's suspicious. Something's odd.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just giving me that, that meme of Cardi B where she's like, that's weird. That's suspicious.
Yes.
That's me.
Yeah. But
it's just, it was just odd. I was like, well, who even is this man?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, why are you
relevant to the conversation?
Like, why are you here?
It's not your business. This is not your marriage. It's not your business. Like, right. Get out of my business.
Yeah.
And I feel like him and the husband weren't even like that close. Like, if that's your best friend, ride or die. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna kill nobody. I'm not saying that. for legal FBI purposes. I'm just saying
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But like, if someone really traumatized, like my best friend, like we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems. But he didn't seem like no ride or die, and like the man wasn't even upset. Like if you're not upset, like if your friend not upset what happened to them, then why are you gonna
Why are
be
you
upset? Of course you can be upset for them, but like enough to like kill somebody?
I know.
No, like it's not even enough to fight nobody.
Yeah, it's like if your friend isn't upset about this, why are you so upset?
That's what I'm saying.
He was in love with her first, and he had to watch her marry someone else and then fall in love with someone else. It's like, oh my god,
like you're doing too much. Like doing too much.
Yeah.
Get over it. Get over it. You didn't love her that much, okay? Like, did you even know her?
I don't.
Maybe he's the real stalker. That's what it's giving. It's giving that he's the real stalker here.
Right. That's true. Oh my god.
Like he seems like the what's his face? What's his name? Ricardo?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. I was close enough. Ronaldo. Yeah. He didn't even seem like no stalker to me.
He seemed like a nice man.
He did. He just seemed like a man who was like, I don't know, just chatting, just having a little affair. I'm not saying that that's good, but like he didn't seem like he was stalking her. Like literally, Frank was the stalker. Maybe that's actually what it is. I have no idea.
It was like they didn't have any phones back then, so to actually talk to you, I just had to come over to your house and wait for you. That's what it was. That's what I felt.
That's not stalking,
right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
This is the only way that he could get in touch with you is just to sit at your house and wait for you.
Like, what else was you gonna do? Like, I mean, that's a little weird, but like when they didn't have, I wasn't around when there was no phones, so I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I wasn't around when there was no phones.
No, 2002, we definitely had phones.
Yeah, I'm older than the internet.
You know, the internet's young.
The internet's very young.
That's what I'm saying. So you're young, is what I'm saying. What do they say? Is spring chicken? That's you.
Spring chicken, like a spring chicken.
I don't know what
It's 115 degrees here today.
Oh no! Move.
There's a heat advisory warning.
Move.
I know.
You know what? Yesterday it was 70 degrees here. It was because it rained. It literally has been raining like every day, and so it rained yesterday. And I don't know, something about it raining all day. It cooled it down to 70 degrees, and today it was only like 80 to 85.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Who's older than the internet?
But okay, wait. When does this letter thing take place? Wasn't it in the 1900s? I'm like, y'all didn't have no 1944. They had some rotary phones. I'm sorry, they did. They had the little.
Yeah.
At least I know about those. Kids these days don't even know about those. They're like, what is that?
Young folks will never know.
Hey, I know AOL. Don't play me. One thing I know about is AOL. Because you know what? My dad still uses his, let me not say his email. His at AOL.com email. I'm like, sir, switch to Gmail. Switch. It's not even
floppy disk. Do you know floppy disk?
I know of them, but I don't think I've had one. And I don't
know of the floppy disk
because isn't it like it goes in the computer?
Yeah.
And it's not floppy.
No, it's not floppy.
That makes me disappointed.
But like, yeah, I want the computer, it's how you save stuff, like almost on a USB drive, but it's floppy disk. It was
I feel like I must have had this, but I just didn't know it because when I was a kid, like the computer that we had was like the big stand-up one next to the computer, and like the monitor was huge. So I feel like there probably was a floppy disk in it. I just didn't know. I just know that I went on there and I played my Sims 2 while eating my dad's snacks.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that I know. Mm-hmm. Well, let me not ask dumb questions. Never mind. Moving on. Okay, but I know y'all had AOL Messenger, and that's like the only way that y'all could chat. Okay, don't play me.
AOL internet is like literally like you could not use the phone and the internet at the same time.
Okay, I don't know about that, but
it's like dial-up.
You know what? I watched Full House, so I feel like it's kind of like
You're like, I know about it.
No, like Full House was my thing every day, or I think it came on Wednesdays. And I was like, Mom, I know I had practice, but we gotta get home so I can sit down in front of that TV and watch that Full House. And you know, my sister was born in '93, so I feel like I have some more education.
I remember tying up the phone lines with AOL Internet in my early teen years.
It was tying them up like nobody could call you.
Yeah, if you were on the internet, you couldn't make any calls. If someone was on the phone, you couldn't get on the internet.
Well, that's tragic.
Tragic. Yeah. And watching TRL to get free ringtones.
Oh, I only know about AOL Messenger, I feel like, because of true crime.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why I feel like I know, like, more sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, if other people my age even know what AOL Messenger is. But I know about it because of true crime, because they be on that AOL Messenger, like.
Also, I remember listening to the radio and trying to record the song on the radio on a cassette tape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I do that with my phone, though. On my computer, because what happens, right, on Snapchat, on Snapchat, they don't have all the songs. And sometimes they have the songs, but they don't have the part of the song that I want. So then what I used to do is to make my own audio, I used to go up to my computer and put the speaker to speaker and record the audio to get it the part that I wanted. But now you can upload a sound from your camera roll. So now I just screen record when I play the song on my phone and I use that and it sounds better. But you know, it's kind of giving the speaker to speaker. It's like,
yeah,
we're the same but different generations. Look, we're doing the same thing.
We're the same.
We're doing
Not
the
a
same
cassette.
thing.
Yeah, flip it over and record more. Yep.
Why did it have two sides? I don't understand cassette tapes.
Yeah, cassettes had two sides. You can flip it over and.
But like, how much recorded on one side?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, you can get cassettes that, like the better cassettes, I guess, recorded more. I don't know.
But how did you know when it ran out?
1.5 hours. It told you.
Okay, but like, what happens if it stopped in the middle of a song? What was you gonna do? Like in the middle, like mid song, you're recording it and it just goes and stops. What you gonna do? Just flip it over and continue on the other side?
No, because you already missed the song. You gotta wait for that song to play again.
Oh Lord. You missed the song. You can't go back.
7 to 9 songs. Yeah.
See, cassette tapes was the one thing that I don't remember. Like, I remember VHS tapes. Like, I remember the big old computers, the big TVs. And my old car that got wrecked, it had a cassette player tape. And to be able to play music from my phone, I had to get a cassette tape that had a string attached to it.
The auxiliary cord.
Yeah. I was like, this is ghetto. I'm sorry, but this is ghetto. Where can I plug in the aux? Just let me plug in the aux normal. Why don't you have no aux cable port? I was like, this is like, it's literally just a string hanging out. Like, that is. I feel like back in the day was just ghetto. I'm sorry, but y'all had a ghetto.
Yeah, recording TV on a videotape. Yeah, that was honestly how I got most of my Disney movies, like Lion King, Mulan. Whenever it played on the TV, that's how my dad recorded it, and that's how we were able to watch it.
How did he keep the camera still? He held out for the whole movie?
No, you put it in the VCR, and then you're able to record whatever on the TV.
Oh, you mean copywriting it? Yeah. But I said that. I thought you was like, I was like, that's ghetto.
We were poor. We couldn't afford to go to Blockbuster and get the actual VHS. That's what it was called.
Yeah, no, it's like burning CDs, right? Yeah, I had people do that for me when I was a kid with movies.
I mean, it was just strictly for our viewing pleasure. We weren't selling them, but
I do things all the time that I shouldn't do, so I can't judge you. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, I remember, I don't know where, my mom had this man at her job, and he would just burn CDs constantly, and that's how I got all my movies, because my mom would just get them from that man, and I was like, I'm not even mad, like, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna watch my Madagascar, don't play me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, wait, this is random, but I had this weird memory today because my sister, her kids now, they're almost one, they drink like whole milk now and not formula.
Uh-huh.
So she was warming the milk up in the fridge and she put the bottles and she was like, "This is what I used to do for you." Because when I tell you I loved this milk, I don't know what psychopath I was because I hate milk. I can't drink straight milk because it's nasty to me. Like I
Yeah.
can drink oat milk or something. I mean, I'll put milk in stuff, but like drinking it straight, like I don't know. That's psychopathic behavior. I'm sorry if any of y'all in the chat do that, but you need to talk to a therapist because that's not okay. But as a child, I love that milk. And I remember I used to drink that milk till I was old because I remember I was on my mom's bed watching one of these burn CDs at night, and my front tooth got knocked out from my sippy cup with my milk, and I swallowed my tooth. Like I had to be 6 or 7 sipping on this sippy cup of milk. I needed help. Who did I think I was? I was old. Why my parents still let me have a sippy cup? They need to give me something different because I remember that sippy cup too. You know when you have like a straw or something and like the
Yeah.
hole starts to look a little degraded because
Yeah.
you've been using it so much? The little holes in the sippy cup look degraded. I remember it was an orange lid, a pink bottle. I remember that I literally started crying because I was like, the tooth fairy's not gonna give me no money because I swallowed my tooth. So I wrote her a whole note and I was like, girl, I know that I don't got the physical tooth for you, but if you come back in 2 to 5 business days, I'll have it. I'll have it again.
Days.
I said, I will have it for you. So you can just drop that money and you can come back and pick it up. And she was like, girl, I don't need it. You can keep it. I'll give you the money.
Here's your quarter.
No, as a kid, my parents, no, I'm sorry, the tooth fairy. She gave me hella money, hella change. She said, you get $5, you get $10.
$5?
It's called inflation. It's called inflation.
That's true.
These kids now need to get $20 per tooth because these gas prices, they need to get $20 per tooth.
Yeah, exactly. These gas prices, Tooth Fairy cannot afford to be giving you that much money.
The Tooth Fairy don't got no gas. She don't need no gas. She be flying. She be flying straight.
We had a neighborhood bootleg lady.
Everybody got that. Everybody got that person. Or they did. I know more.
That's who you got your music from, your movies from.
Yes. I remember, but I had like things like I had like a Nintendo DS as a kid, but I had a small one, not a big one at first. I had a small one and they were little squares. And I remember mine was Hannah Montana.
No.
Yeah, I was like, don't play me. One thing about me is I had that cool DS. Hannah Montana.
My 7-year-old brother got $20. No, $20.
Yeah, I told you.
Nope.
I told you. No, as a kid, I was like weird. No cap, I really was. Like I had like this little, you know, little terrariums you could put bugs in.
Yes.
I got one, but you know how it has like this slit so they can like breathe.
Yes.
Well, my sister was like, Daijah, let's go outside. Let's get you a little bug, which I don't even like bugs. I hate them, actually. So I don't know who thought it was a good idea to get that for me because, and I was like, Ashley, like, I want to put an ant in it. And she was like, Daijah, the ant is going to go through the slit. I was like, I want an ant. Like, putting an ant in it. And then she said no, and then I started to cry. Like, was that okay? Like, I feel like the ant was just like the only bug that I wasn't scared of. So I was like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
But I literally started to cry because I could have an ant. Like, and I drank milk till I was 7 out of a sippy cup.
And
that's problematic. You know what? No wonder why I turned out the way that I did. Because who lets their kids drink milk for that long?
And that's how I turned out the way I turned out.
No, literally anything. I'm just gonna blame it on that. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. My I'm so short. That doesn't make no sense because milk got calcium or something. But I'm short because my mama let me drink milk out of a sippy cup for too long.
That's why.
That's literally why. Like, I don't really have much else to say about this book. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot it.
I don't either. I just finished it today, and I don't have. That's really. I mean, I feel like we talked about it for a solid 30 minutes. I feel like.
Yeah, no, but it's because I started reading it when we were supposed to have our other live show, and I basically almost finished it. And then the next day, because we rescheduled, I finished it the next day. So that was like what, like a week ago.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Exactly.
I can't even remember it. I can't even remember what happened a week ago. I'm not gonna lie.
That's understandable. So many books ago.
It's actually only like 2.
It's so
But
many books ago. So many.
it's not even that it's so many books ago. It's just been so much time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what happened a week ago. Memory's faulty. That's because my mama let me drink milk out of a sippy cup.
That's exactly it.
That's why my memory be bad. I just
for next month,
what are we reading?
we're reading
Promises and Pomegranates.
Yes, but it's kind of going to be, the date is going to be to be determined.
Yes, because of me. I'm the problem. Actually, I need to talk to you about this afterwards because they gave us a kind of schedule. Okay. Basically, I'm off on Sunday.
Yay.
Because before, what happened was, guys, I'm going to tell y'all the story. I'm going to be an RA for my campus, right? And so I go back to school the 7th of August. And that is the day. So, yeah, I go back the 7th of August. So that's the day that our live show is supposed to be. So it'll probably not still be that day. But for the next, like, 2-3 weeks, like, RA duties are going to be on top notch because for 2 weeks I'm training, well, 1.5 weeks, then we do move in, and then it's welcome week and my first week of classes. So, but for the first like 2 weeks, they said, oh, like, you're gonna be training and working, and we don't really have a schedule, so just like plan nothing. Like, and I was like, are y'all good? Like, I have a life. I'm sorry, but like a week and a half is too long. Y'all can get 2 days with no schedule, but I need something. But they told me that I'm gonna be working about 8 to 6 every day. But I have on Saturday and Sunday.
8 to 6. Ugh.
Okay, but you know what's not mathing to me? Because they said that during the training weeks and stuff, those weeks are more intense. We're doing more stuff. So instead of working like our average of like 20 to 25 hours a week, we're going to be working around 30. But 10 hours a day for 5 days is like, that's like 50 hours a week.
Yes. Yeah.
I know y'all are feeding us like 2 meals, but that's like what, an hour a day? That's still 9 hours a day for 5 days. That's not adding up to 30.
No, it's not. No.
It's okay.
Unless you have like an hour like lunch break, and then you have like 2 30-minute breaks like in the morning and in the afternoon.
But that's still 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. That's 40 hours, not 30.
Yeah, their math.
You know what? It's okay. I'll just fight them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know y'all are giving me free housing and free food, but I only get $115 every 2 weeks. On top of that, $115 is not enough. I'm gonna need y'all to give me a solid $200. Anyways, It's okay. I'll fight them. What are they gonna do? Where are you guys gonna get another RA? Sorry. I'm just gonna call it discrimination and move on. It's fine.
Yeah, that's too many. That's too many hours. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't. You know, one thing lately, I don't like the workforce. Bosses be. They be lying straight to your face. Straight to your face. Because I work 6 days in a row, and I normally would put up a hissy fit because I don't why. But I was like, I don't want to be taken off July 4th because it was over the July 4th weekend. Oh, are you okay? Okay. It was over the July 4th.
I was just clearing my throat and I didn't want to.
Oh, okay. Like, do I need to stop talking? It was over the July 4th weekend. And I didn't want to be taken off that day because it's time and a half. I was like, no, I'm just going to suck it up and work that 6 days. So, but I asked my manager, I said, hey, like, I need to make a hair appointment, to get my braids. So I was like, I know normally when people work 6 days in a row, like, you change your schedule. So I need you to tell me if you're going to change my schedule. And it's fine if you don't, because I can work the 6 days if you need me to work 6 days. But if you are going to change it, I need you to let me know because I need to make this appointment. So if you're giving me an extra day off or something, you're changing my day off, I'm like, okay, well, Like, I need to know. And she was like, yeah, like I already changed in the schedule. Like I would never ever make someone work 6 days in a row. I would never do that. And I was like, okay, that's fine. The next day rolls around, nothing changed. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I'm off, and then she's off, so I didn't see her for a couple days, and nothing still changed. And then by the time it was like a week later, I was like, hey, like I'm already started my 2 days for working 6 days in a row. Like, what's going on? And she was like, yeah, like I'm about to go check on it. Never said a word to me again about it. Never, nothing. And she never changed it. I was like, you're a liar. You are a bold-faced liar. Because you could have just said, no, like I can't change it. Or like, sorry, like I tried to change it, but like I just couldn't, whatever. That would have been fine. But you lied to my face, said that you already changed it, and then never told me like you couldn't or something like that. You just never said anything about it to me again. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that because now you look shady and look like a liar. And now I want to fight because now we have beef because you didn't tell me. There was no clear communication. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. There was no clear communication. So now I'm going to have to take you to this parking lot and I'm going to have to do a little rustle and tussle. And I don't like how that makes me look. Okay, so yes, I do get that free housing and I love that. But also, I have to be on call overnight, and if the phone rings and I don't answer, I get in trouble. So like I'm gonna need y'all to pay me more for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like you're basically on call like a doctor. And you know how much doctors get paid? I'm sorry, that $12,000 of food and housing are not the same amount that doctors get paid. I love it.
That doctor's salary.
I love it so much. But me working like almost full time over the summer, I'd be racking in that money and I love it. I eat it. So I just bought myself a $200 bag.
Bag? Oh, like a purse?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I don't even like purses, but the brand, what is it? Telfar. I always pronounce it wrong. I have to think about how it's spelled. I love them bags. And it's going to be my little class bag. So I was like, it's worth it. But they never, every week or every couple weeks, they drop different colors. Mm-hmm. And so like I'd be checking, but then it's like highlighter yellow, like nasty orange. Like I don't want that. But they were dropping black today, and I was like, black? I'm finna buy it.
No, wait, especially a struggle bus. Yeah.
No, I don't like it. As soon as I can get out, I'm getting out. Like I'm ready. I don't know if this is better, but like a bartender, I don't know if that's better, but maybe I'll.
It's a set of problems, but it's fun. I like the mixology part of it, but
yeah, no, but you know what gets me? The food. You see this? You see that, Mark?
Yeah.
That's some hot oil that burnt me. And I work at Starbucks. I don't work in no kitchen with the. No, I work at Starbucks. This is the second time too. The last time I had a mark on my arm for a month.
Ouch. I got like we used to when I worked at IHOP, my first job ever. We didn't have like tray service. We carried all of the plates like on our arms, and I remember I got freaking burned on my arm from a hot plate of pancakes.
Wow. No, wait. Yeah, I spend mostly on housing too, so I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying that I don't like not being told to schedule. If y'all are not clearly communicating with me, I'm automatically going to have beef with you. I don't care if you're paying for my housing. I don't care if you're paying for this and that. I don't care if you're paying for all my bills. If you're not clearly communicating with me, we're going to have problems. I'm sorry. We're going to have problems. And so I'm saying if you're not clearly communicating with me, you're not giving me a schedule, I'm going to need you to pay me more. I'm going to need you to pay me more. Especially
on call 24/7.
It's just at night. But I'm like, at night, that's worse. Like,
yeah. It's my sleep time
when we're on duty, but like it is still work. Like we literally move everybody in, we move everybody out. We have to do pack chats at my school. That's what they're called, where we literally talk to every single resident that we have and make sure that their current concerns and questions are answered. Like I don't even know how to answer my own concerns and questions, let alone other people. Like we have to put on game nights. Like we have to have events like every single week that we plan and that we do, and we have to be on call. And even though if we're not on call, we still have to there's always two people. So there's one person that's on call in the building and the other person has to be on campus. So most nights I have to stay on campus. I don't have a choice after a certain hour. And I don't even know what that hour is. So I can't even tell my other job what times I can work because I plan on working at least one day a week at Target because that $150 $15 a week is not paying for no groceries and not paying for no gas. Every 2 weeks, it's not doing it for me. Exactly, that's for me too. If I don't have structure,
Yeah.
I get anxious.
I remember when the bank floated the idea of us working on call. I never said no so fast.
No. But the good thing is, right, I get it regardless. So I'm on call. Nothing could happen the whole night. The whole night. Could never get one call on that phone. And I still get my stuff.
Yeah.
But then also, like, I could literally have everything happen. The whole place could catch on fire. Like, someone could be having a domestic dispute. People could be throwing up from alcohol poisoning in the hallway. And then I'm just, like, the only one that's like, yeah, I'm here to save the day.
Just
I'm
say
the hero. I'm the hero. I'm here. Like, but you know what? I'm actually good under pressure when it comes to other people. If it's my own stuff, I'm like, what do I do? But if it's other people, I'm like, you know what? I got this.
Yeah, you got this.
Nicole was a bartender.
Yeah, I mean, I like bartending. I really do. But I didn't bartend like in a bar. I bartended at a restaurant, so I wasn't really dealing with like drunk people. So.
I just don't want to have to deal with Target Karen moms and their nasty ass children anymore. Them kids be getting me. They be coming up alone in groups ordering, and I'm like, who gave you $60 to order Starbucks? Who gave you that money? Why are y'all here ordering your frappuccinos? I hate making frappuccinos. I'm about to tell you the machine broke because I don't want to make your nasty ass frappuccinos. That's one thing about me, especially if I work alone. I'd be like, yeah, sorry, all the machines are broke. The register's down. The place is on fire. I can't make you anything. I'm sorry. Especially when they come in like the last 30 minutes. I'm cleaning. I'm closing. I turned that oven off already. I turned the espresso machines down. Can't make you nothing. Sorry. Not my problem. Why are you getting Starbucks at 7:30 p.m.?
Like, don't you have to go to sleep?
Not even that. Like, why are you out your house at 7:30 p.m. on a Wednesday? I'm trying to be home in that bed. Like, not getting a sugary drink. And then always be the people too. That exactly. Like, this is like the part, like, I hope that we have like set days. Like, I hope it doesn't change every week where like Daijah has Mondays and Wednesdays and is on campus Fridays and Saturdays. I hope it's not Friday, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope it's like that and not like some like every week it can change. And no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. Okay, what we're reading Promises and Pomegranates, but then also we're doing our
buddy reads. Yeah,
we're talking about on Discord. I think this first month, I think it's Truth or Dare. I think
the July.
No, it's the Never King.
Yeah.
It's the Never King. August is Truth or Dare.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, meeting and buddy read.
Yeah, and we will announce soon what the date for the live show will be because I now know more information.
Yes. Yeah.
And I have less reason to fight people. So
I'm glad.
Me too.
We
don't like how that looks for me.
Yeah. No, we don't need that.
I'm trying to be classy, but sometimes. Okay.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us, people watching now and people watching on the replay.
It's the beginning of our dark era.
This is the start of my
This book was really dark. So I don't know when people say like the second book is even darker. I'm like, interesting.
I know. I'm like, how much darker? Because I felt like this kind of he was with the gun. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was giving Den of Vipers, and I haven't even read that book. Because there's gun and knife stuff in Den of Vipers. I just know that. That's all that I know.
I enjoyed Den of Vipers.
I don't know that gun. I was like,
They were that was dark too. That was dark. So, but yeah, just check social medias for the dates on that live, and I will post the link to the Discord in the description box. I have not added it yet, but I will. So
it's also on our. I don't know if it's on in the description box because you can only post one link.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to post it on the stories for our Instagram.
Okay. Awesome.
So it'll be up for like 24 hours.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you to my lovely co-host Daijah. We will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.